The one thing that we have to come to remember, everything that happens in life is for a purpose. And it's only when we go about looking at things from a reflective aspect, then we go about finding the meaning and why, what took place. And what took place yesterday, if we're still interacting and dealing with that today, then at times we become victimized because it's as if though we cannot go about surpassing this lesson. And because we want to go about advancing so badly, and that and wanting to advance so badly, we become or develop a mindset that is not so healthy. And when things go wrong in our lives, we tend to go about holding on to a negative emotion, which does not go about helping us become productive in the viewpoint that we could go about associating and seeing what's really going on. But in today's video, I want for us to go about finding ways on how to go about dealing with our negative emotions, shaking these bad feelings that we get from time to time that has us become less than our best selves. That's what this video today is going to go about tackling and looking at. Welcome to the channel. This is Bend But Don't Break. It's a channel in which we go about promoting resilience and finding better ways to go about overcoming the many obstacles that we have to go about dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And the one thing in that we have to go about seeing that just because we're entrenched in that battle, that struggle that we have with whatever it is that's taking place, we have to go about limiting and stop blowing things out of proportion. Because many times we take on this ideology and believe that the world is out to get us. And when we believe it's us against the world, we are closing ourselves off because the answer will come. But you must open up yourself to go about receiving that answer and not harping on things, because when we go about over consuming, when it's repetitively replayed in our psyche, day in, day out, every minute of the hour, every second of the minute, we are becoming a sickness that cannot go about helping us to see, because we have become so consumed by our lacking and believing the many things we tell ourselves. Now, if one would go about looking, the pebble of a sand is really small. But if you magnify it 1,000,000,000 times, it may go about seeming as if as though it's bigger than Everest. Now, that's just to go about illustrating and showing that a lot of times we are the ones that go about magnifying our problems rather than just taking a deep breath. And with taking that deep breath, an allowance to wait for the answer to come to us, because we believe that we could go about solving every problem, every situation that we come across. And if we don't go about solving these problems, then we're a failure. But you have to remember that life will teach you only when you are ready. And too many times we become so hasty and in a rush that if life is not on our timeline, then we are not progressing at a pace that is beneficial. We are the ones that go about getting in our own way. Nobody is holding you back. Nobody is programming your thoughts. You are the one that's going about implementing these things inside your head, just so that you could feel a certain way. But today we must stop this. We must learn to come to accept that there are things in this world that we have no control over. And when we come to realize that certain actions are going to go about bringing a bad feeling, a negative emotion, that is okay within itself. But what's not okay is for you to go about keeping yourself hostage to that negative emotion that you're feeling. But it's to go about working past that negative emotion so that you could go about seeing that the reason this took place is because I have not gone about setting proper boundaries for myself or implementing boundaries for other people. Emotions are only a state of reaction in which brings about fear. But if we would just see that the thoughts we carry plays into the vibration in which and how things go. Now, the reason I said vibration is just another terminology we use to go about expressing energy. If your energy is not of purity and it does not go about bringing upliftment, you will go about grabbing onto destruction for yourself.